And as I think changes, as you said, behavior changes. People start thinking differently when you have more one-to-ones or more meaningful, the deeper conversation than the broader conversation. But in our observation of probably last 10, 15, 20 odd campaigns of all ways and means and all sides of political spectrum, they are limited to the catch lines, which is just the one over dumped, which assumes no agency for the majority of the population, which assumes probably not to, if nobody's leaning towards having long form conversations to give and explain my argument, it'll take time. So super minimizing the whole idea of a longer conversation into a small crunchy line, probably it assumes or presumes at some level no agency from the majority of people who are receiving that message.
I totally agree. And like, this is a very American style of campaigning, the sizzle, no sausage. I remember when I first came to Australia and I had to do costings, because people are like, wait, but how are you going to pay for the bridge? And I'm like, I've never had a voter on a door ever ask me about the detail. So I want to say that it's very unique in Australia because you have compulsory voting, which is, I think, one of 13 countries around the world that does compulsory voting, but the largest country. And so when you have compulsory voting, your electorate is much more engaged because they have to vote, so they are more likely to research things. But I would say that is not having people engaged in political discussion is not the norm globally, but also here in Australia. So I think the preference for the soundbite is actually driven by people's lack of interest, lack of time. They don't care to have the conversation. They don't have the time to do their research. So the soundbite helps them feel that they understand what's happening without actually doing much of the work that sits behind it. So it's sort of there's not apathy, but there is, I think, less education and engagement in politics now than there ever has been. I don't know. What are you seeing? Would you? Obviously, you're an academic, right? And you're in very engaged spaces. So, and as am I, right? So my friends and I will talk politics, but I think we're in the minority.